Browns have no option left with Deshaun Watson as Kevin Stefanski officially announces QB decision timeline. A franchise at the crossroads. In the heart of Cleveland, where football means more than just a Sunday pastime, the Browns find themselves at a quarterback crossroads that has left fans both anxious and fascinated. What was supposed to be a smooth transition into the 2025 season has turned into one of the most complex quarterback sagas in recent NFL memory. The team, led by head coach Kevin Stefanski, has been juggling a room so crowded with quarterbacks that it resembles a high-stakes poker table more than a carefully designed roster. The Browns' QB dilemma stems from a swirl of circumstances: injuries, acquisitions, contract obligations, and the unpredictable shadow of one Deshaun Watson. As the preseason ticks down, Cleveland must not only determine who starts Week 1, but also decide how to handle a quarterback with a $230 million fully guaranteed contract who may or may not be ready to return from a devastating Achilles injury. This is no ordinary quarterback decision. It is, in fact, the kind of organizational crisis that could define the franchise for years to come. The quarterback pile-up. When training camp opened in July, few expected the Browns' quarterback room to resemble rush hour traffic. With veterans Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, rookies Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, and recent addition Tyler Huntley, Cleveland already had an embarrassment of options. That alone was unusual for a franchise that spent decades in search of stability under center. But hovering over all of them is the specter of Deshaun Watson. Once thought to be the long-term answer, Watson's tenure in Cleveland has been marred by off-field controversies, uneven performances, and now a serious Achilles injury that placed him on the physically unable to perform (PUP) list. His absence opened the door for new names, but his potential return has complicated everything. For months, the assumption was that Watson would miss most, if not all, of the 2025 season. But last week, a grainy video of him jogging on a treadmill changed the entire conversation. Suddenly, whispers turned into debates. Could Watson return in October, November? And if he does, what will the Browns do? The Watson Conundrum. On Cleveland's flagship sports station, 92.3 The Fan, hosts Nick Pedrone and Daryl Ruter laid out the uncomfortable truth. At some point, whether it's October, whether it's early November, Watson is gonna get cleared, Pedrone said. And when you're cleared, you got two options. You either activate him or you cut him. I don't think they are cutting him because of the cap space, so they are gonna have to activate him. The math is brutal. Cutting Watson would saddle Cleveland with a catastrophic $131 million cap charge in 2026. Keeping him on PUP provides financial relief through insurance coverage, but only if he is deemed unable to play. If he insists he's ready, and the video evidence suggests he might be, the Browns are left with no easy escape. Ruter, echoing Pedrone, put it bluntly, they are just procedures they have to follow. The procedures, however, could define the future of the franchise. Scenario 1. The PUP strategy. One option is to stash Watson on the PUP list for the entire season. Doing so would mean he cannot play in 2025 but still earns his guaranteed salary. The Browns, however, would qualify for maximum insurance coverage and eventual cap relief. This scenario would spare the Browns the awkwardness of reintegrating a quarterback whose tenure has already strained locker room chemistry. It would also buy time for Stefanski to shape his offense around whoever emerges victorious from the current QB competition. But there's a problem: Watson himself. After owner Jimmy Haslam admitted earlier this year that signing Watson was a big swing and a miss, the quarterback appears motivated to prove him wrong. Watson has been spotted training, rehabbing aggressively, and sending subtle messages that he intends to return this season. For him, sitting out the entire year would feel like surrender. Scenario 2. The unthinkable release. If Watson insists he's healthy and the Browns choose not to activate him, the only other option would be to release him outright. That would create a cap catastrophe. $131.161 million dead money hit in 2026. It would also represent one of the most disastrous financial moves in NFL history, a cautionary tale replayed for decades. For a team trying to build long-term success, such a scenario seems unthinkable. Yet in Cleveland, Where quarterback drama has been the norm for decades, nothing can be ruled out entirely. Kevin Stefanski's timeline. Amid this backdrop, head coach Kevin Stefanski is trying to bring clarity to at least one piece of the puzzle: the Week 1 starter. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, Stefanski plans to announce his decision before the preseason finale, effectively turning the last exhibition game into a dress rehearsal for the regular season. "We will name a starter. It's going to come this week," Stefanski confirmed. "We still anticipate all of our players, whether you're a starter or not, to prepare like you're the starter. Knowing all of our players in that room, that's exactly what they'll do." By setting a timeline, Stefanski aims to give his chosen starter the chance to take meaningful reps with the first-team offense under game-like conditions. It's a smart move, but it also raises the stakes. Whoever he names will have just days to solidify chemistry before the games start counting. The candidates: Joe Flacco, the veteran. Fresh off his late-season heroics in 2024, Flacco is the safe, steady option. He knows the system, commands respect in the locker room, and provides the calm presence of a 40-year-old quarterback who has seen it all. For a team facing chaos, Flacco represents stability. Kenny Pickett, the reclamation project. Acquired after his rocky tenure in Pittsburgh, Pickett still carries the intrigue of untapped potential. His mobility and youth stand in stark contrast to Flacco's methodical approach. Pickett is not without flaws, but Stefanski may see him as a bridge between the present and future. Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, the rookies. Both rookies have flashed in camp. Gabriel has drawn praise for his competitiveness, while Sanders, son of NFL legend Deion Sanders, brings charisma and a flair for playmaking. Naming either rookie the starter would be bold, but bold moves have defined the Stefanski era. Tyler Huntley, the late addition. Signed as insurance, Huntley is unlikely to win the job outright, but his presence ensures Cleveland has depth and a quarterback capable of managing games if disaster strikes. A franchise haunted by history. For Browns fans, quarterback instability is nothing new. Since 1999, the team has cycled through 36 different starters. From Tim Couch to Brandon Weeden, from Johnny Manziel to Baker Mayfield, the revolving door has become a cruel punchline. Watson was supposed to end that cycle. Instead, his contract has tied Cleveland's hands in ways no one imagined. Now, even as the Browns field one of the league's most talented rosters on defense, their hopes once again hinge on the most unpredictable position. The road ahead. Stefanski's announcement will answer one question, but the bigger one, what to do with Deshaun Watson, will loom over the season like a thundercloud. If the Browns get off to a hot start with Flacco or Pickett, the pressure to activate Watson may lessen. If they stumble, calls to give Watson another chance will grow louder. The truth is, Cleveland has no perfect option. They cannot cut Watson without crippling their finances. They cannot ignore him if he insists he's ready. And they cannot risk alienating a locker room that has already endured years of quarterback turbulence. The only certainty, as of now, the only certainty in Cleveland is uncertainty itself. The Browns are caught between past mistakes and future aspirations, between financial reality and competitive urgency. Stefanski, to his credit, is trying to bring order to the chaos by naming his starter early. But until Watson's fate is resolved, the quarterback saga in Cleveland will remain the most captivating storyline of the NFL preseason. And so, as the days tick toward Week 1, one question echoes across the shores of Lake Erie. Who will be the face of the Browns this fall, and what role, if any, will Deshaun Watson play in it?